What was the biggest thing, or maybe a few things, if there is a few, what is the biggest learning from watching Jean going through the process?
Well, initially, I think it was, this is her process. This is not my process. Right from diagnosis, Jean had a particular way to deal with this that I made an agreement with her, and I did, that I would honour her wishes to the letter. And the doctors fought Jean to have surgery, and quite aggressively. Not our own doctor. She's just remarkable and very special. I'm not talking about her, but I'm talking about the system. And she never wanted to have her breast off. It was never. She just said, no, I'm not doing it. I want to do natural therapies. There were times when people would ask me what I think, and I would say, it doesn't matter what I think. Oh, yes, it does. He's your partner. And I say, no, it actually is in some ways none of my business. And I remember visiting some people one day, and this woman was very annoyed with Jean. He said, that's right, just think about yourself. That's what my friend did, and she died. And I was so mad with her. And Jean said, it's my body, isn't it? My body, my process. And to be completely honest, did I waver on the odd occasion? You bet I did. And I would tell her, I'm wavering in this moment, but it's always going to be your decision, always. That's been a huge learning because, honest to goodness, it took me right to the knife edge some days. It challenged every belief that I had, my whole nursing, all of that. But I gave an agreement. I'm not saying that I would have wanted Jean to take another path because she would never have been happy. And that's not how it's meant to be. But I believe that everyone has the right to live their life in the way they want to live it and to die in the way they want to die. And I don't think it's for anyone, and I mean medical staff, I mean everyone, to take that right from them. Let's face it, when you're ill, you lose a lot of your rights. And I think that's been the biggest major learning, to have full respect for the person who's going through the process. And I witnessed a couple of times people just from afar, and professionally when I was a nurse, people being bullied into therapies that they didn't ever want to participate in. They're under immense pressure. For example, we had, I don't know what they call it now, where they have a mass meeting around the bed. I was not able to make it to that meeting because I was working, because I continued to work, because I love what I do and I wanted to keep working. So the agreement was that when they had the team meeting with Jean, that I would be on the phone. And so I was at home, the phone rang, and Jean said, they're already starting, they're not listening. I told them they've got to wait for you. It was amazing. So I just had the speakerphone, and so they started talking, and I said, can you tell me, please, who's in the room? And can you also tell me, is there room in this discussion for Jean to have an opinion about things? And they kept talking, and I said, stop, let's just stop the conversation. It sounds like there's at least 7 people in the room. So tell me who you are and what's the objective of today? Because so far we don't know. And then there was just this sort of silence, and then people started to say who they were. So there was 8 people in the room. They were all talking across or at Jean, and I had to keep stopping them, saying, okay, let's stop there. I had to raise my voice. Jean, what is it you want to do? And that's what I'm talking about, you see. I think it's her body, her right. Imagine the vulnerability of that. Sitting in a hospital bed, you're sitting there in your nightie, you're not clothed, you're vulnerable. 8 people are there, all standing, you're in the chair, or this time she was in the bed. Like, that's just dreadful. It shouldn't be like that. I got on the soapbox. But I don't think it should be like that. And why isn't the system different? What is it about us that we don't feel that we have the right to ask better questions, to get better solutions? Because they wanted to send Jean home. Yes, we're going to send Jean home tomorrow. And I said, no, you're not. You're not sending her home tomorrow. I simply do not have the supports in place to give her the best possible care. Now, it turned out to be quite a fight. Me on the phone, and the next day in the hospital, I can imagine what was written in reports about us, me, because I became this absolutely pain in the neck advocate. And I think that's what we have to be. We have to be better advocates for those that we love. Stop leaving them hanging out to dry. Our kids, our parents, our siblings, people we love. So that's why I think that was the biggest lesson. Because all the time I had to keep reminding myself, this is Jean's journey. Yes, I'm part of it, but it's her journey. It's her choice.